I think one big example that we've seen in our business is a story about one of our employees. His name is Peter. He joined us about almost 2 years ago now, and he does the general cleaning for our business. He takes care of us, and we send him on errands. And he's a really hard worker. One day he came to us and approached us and asked us whether we could help him with something. He wanted to invite us to his parents' home. And so we were like, okay, could you tell us what this is? And well, he told us, and it completely blew our mind. What he had done is that he had built his parents back at home a house. And that's a big deal. Somehow with his earnings and his dedication, and he had somehow pulled it off. From his story, what he told us is from the day he joined us as a member of staff, every salary he had received, apart from meeting his basic expenses, everything else went towards that project. And we asked him how. We still couldn't understand how he did that. So he told us because one of the policies we implemented immediately after we started Sinapis is that we would never delay payments for our salaries. We take care of our salaries even before we pay ourselves. And that one change really changed his life, because where he used to work before, he told us there were months he wouldn't get paid for like 3-4 months, and you wonder, how do people expect others to survive? But from the moment he came here, we always paid on time. Because of that consistency, he was able to put away, he could plan his project. One other thing that we do for our employees here is that we serve them breakfast and lunch, and because of that, he decided he's going to have all his meals here. So for about 7 or 8 months, he only had 2 meals every day. So he would come in, have breakfast, and then have a heavy lunch, and then skip dinner and save that money. Something else he did was, instead of taking the commute the whole distance from where he lives to where we are, he would walk part of the way until the bus fare would be, I guess, cheaper, then take the rest of the distance, by public means, and again, save that money. And, when we're listening to this, I couldn't help, tears were welling up in my eyes. I was like, my God, as in, you could have just told us, a very focused young man. So he built the house and it was ready, and now he wanted us to accompany him. He felt that we had played a really big part in, just being consistent in our messaging. So we took the whole team and we just bundled into cars and went over to his parents. And I will never forget the look on his father's eyes as we drove in, and the house stood there majestic, and it was finished. Yes, they didn't have electricity, but who cares? It was a house. It was made of stone, and just that whole experience really just solidified in our minds that this business is much bigger than us. It's not just about Grace and I and taking care of our sons Gabriel and George, but our employees. This is their lifeline. Their families depend on this in many cases. It's an overwhelming feeling of responsibility, but we thank God nonetheless that we can have that kind of impact just simply doing things the right way in our business. You really never know how many people you touch just by your kindness and just by doing things with integrity. It's amazing.